Okay, guys, this is a Unit 1 practice review. So number 21 says determine if the relation is a function by using the vertical line test. So if I look at A, if I stick a vertical line through the function, I will see that it touches more than once. So that means it is not a function, it is a relation. And for B, again, doing the vertical line test, I see that it only touches once, and if I do a couple of these just to make sure, it only touches the function once, so it is a function. So remember, a function is a special type of relation, and if I do the vertical line test, it only touches function once. So that is 21, A and B. So number 22, evaluate the function at the given independent variable. So it says f at the value x equals 2x squared plus 3x minus 2. Okay, for part A, it asked me to find the function f at the value of -2. So that means that x equals -2, and that's what I'm going to plug in. And I'm going to plug it into the original function, which is 2x squared plus 3x minus 2. So that looks like this. 2 times -2 squared plus 3 times -2 minus 2. -2 squared is 4. 4 and 2 is 8. 3 times -2 is -6 minus 2. So 8 minus 8 equals 0. So what does that mean? That means the function at -2 equals 0. So my coordinate point would be x is -2 and my output is 0, which is my y value. So that would be the point -2, 0. Okay. Let's look at B. B says find the function at x plus 2. So I'm going to plug in, wherever I see x, I'm plugging in x plus 2. Okay, so I'm going into the original function, so this becomes 2 times x plus 2 quantity squared plus 3 times x plus 2 minus 2. Now remember that a binomial squared means that I have two of the binomials multiplied together. So this becomes 2 times x plus 2 times x plus 2. And then I'm going to distribute this 3 here. So plus 3x plus 6 minus 2. Okay, now I work on this. 2 times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. 2 times x is 2x again. And then 2 times 2 is 4. So I get that, and then plus 3x. We can simplify this by doing 6 minus 2, which is 4. All right, so now I got to distribute this 2 and combine like terms. So 2 times x squared, 2x plus 2x is 4x plus 4 plus 3x plus 4. Okay, now distribute. So 2x squared plus 8x plus 8 plus 3x plus 4. And lastly, I got to combine like terms. So 2x squared is by itself, and then I can add 8x and 3x together to get 11x. And then I can also add 8 and 4. 8 plus 4 is 12. Okay, so this simplifies down to 2x squared plus 11x plus 12. And that's my answer for part B. All right, let's go ahead and look at 23. Find the function at the given values. Now we have a piecewise function. So f at x equals x plus 2 when x is less than or equal to 1. And f of x equals 4 if x is greater than 1. So part A, find f at 1. Okay, so with these piecewise functions, you have to determine which equation to use. Since the stipulation on x plus 2 says that x has to be less than or equal to 1, I'm going to use x plus 2. So x equals 1 because it says the function at 1. So wherever I see x, I'm plugging in 1. So 1 plus 2 equals 3. Find f at -3. negative 3 is smaller than 1. So I'm going to use the first equation, x plus 2. And wherever I see x, I'm going to plug in negative 3 this time. So negative 3 plus 2 equals negative 1. Now for C, it says find f at 11. So because 11 is greater than 1, I'm going to use the second equation where f of x equals 4. Now there isn't anything to plug in even though x equals 11. The output is 4. So the answer to this is just 4. And by the way, this is y equals 4. That means it's a horizontal line from like 1 getting greater than that, you know? So that's why it's 4, okay? All right. So let's look at 24. If f of x equals negative 2x squared plus x plus 5, we have to find the following. So this is called the difference quotient. And remember, I showed you in class that it's equivalent to slope. So the first step is to find x plus h. So wherever I see x, I'm going to plug in x plus h into the original equation. So it's like this. Negative 2, instead of just x, I put x plus h, quantity squared, plus, wherever I see x, I plug in x plus h, and then plus 5. Now again, this is a binomial, x plus h times x plus h. So when you have binomial squared, remember you have to multiply the two together, plus x plus h plus 5. Okay? So negative 2 times, now I'm distributing the x plus h times x plus h. X times x is x squared. Then I'm going to get x plus h, and I'm going to get another x plus h, so plus 2 xh's. And then h times h is h squared. Plus x plus h plus 5. Okay, now I just distribute that negative 2. So this becomes negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4xh. And negative 2 times h squared is negative 2h squared. Plus x plus h plus 5. Now I'm going to have to combine like terms, which I have no like terms. Everything's different, so I'm good to go. Now the quotient. I have to find the function at x plus h, subtract the original function from it, and divide this by h. So I found f at x plus h to equal this. So I'm going to write this down, okay? Negative 2x squared minus 4xh minus 2h squared plus x plus h plus 5 minus the original function. So put parentheses and put negative 2x squared plus x plus 5 all over h, okay? My next step is to distribute this negative sign here. So when I do that, I get negative 2x squared minus 4xh minus 2h squared plus x plus h plus 5. And then minus, a negative times a negative actually gives me a plus 2x squared minus x minus 5. Now at this point, once you subtract off the original equation, the original function from f at x plus h, things are going to cancel out. And when I mean that, I mean they zero out. So negative 2x squared plus 2x squared is going to cancel each other out because it becomes 0. Plus h minus h cancel each other out because x minus x is 0. Positive 5 minus 5 cancel each other out because 5 minus 5 is 0. So I'm going to write what I have left over. What I have left over is negative 4xh minus 2h squared plus h. Okay, and I'm just double checking everything. Okay, now what I'm going to do, and I'm just, hold on a second, I'm just checking things really quick. All right. Excuse me. I'm going to divide everything by h. So I'm going to factor out an h out of the numerator, so it's negative 4x minus 2h and then plus 1. And that's all over h, okay? The reason why I'm doing that is I'm going to get rid of the h's because those cancel, and I'm left with the slope of this particular function, which is negative 4x minus 2h plus 1. Okay, so this is my answer. All right, so we just did questions 21 through 24. Thanks for watching.